Hey everybody, day 49 of the vlog in the school year. Gosh, it's getting up there in the number of days. I know we just passed quarter, but it sure feels like this has been going on for a while. So I want to talk about today. I had the opportunity to have Miss Monica Davies in my room, and she is our district AVID site coordinator, and I've worked with Monica for a long time. I guess it's been like 4 years now that we've been working together on the AVID stuff. When I was AVID site coordinator in our building, and as we built the program, and so as some of you may know, I decided last year to try to pilot a new course that would take all the strategies of AVID and try to infuse it with AP World across the 2-year cohort. And see if we could improve those students' success on the AP World exam and just feeling of success in a high-level college class like that. And so I kind of came up with the idea of it and kind of had to go through the proposal piece, and then we got that going. And then last year I started with the first cohort, and we had 49 students that we had in those classes, and so I had relatively small class sizes, which was really nice, 24 and 25. We had a student move away and had a couple students transition between last year and this year, but they're now in their second year of the AP World through AVID hybrid. And you know, it's really tough sometimes to like make sure you stick to fidelity to like these AVID strategies that students really need, rather than just focus on the content, and because there's a lot of content we have to get through before the AP test in May. And so you know, I was chatting with Monica today as students were doing things, and she really just kind of re-emphasized to me like the need for students to be forming their own questions and to be struggling with that. And that's one thing I think in education that we would really benefit from, is trying to like re-spark the curiosity that students naturally have. I think anybody who's been around young children or had their own children has experienced the rampant curiosity of, you know, children from a very young age. As soon as they learn how to talk, they're naturally inquisitive. They want to know more about their environment. They want to know more about things. And then I think over time they just get told, you know, they start to pick up on the signals of people being annoyed at them asking questions, and you know, they go through and they get into school and they have to sit in rows and be quiet and like all these things, and it kind of squelches that natural curiosity, which I think would be like one of the greatest tragedies in the history of education, is if we, like, the whole purpose of education is to help students explore the world around them, and yet if we are the cause of the death of their curiosity. And so how do you pick that back up in when, you know, if they haven't been that way, and how do you teach students how to be inquisitive and to ask good questions? I think about like when I read books, I always annotate in the margins, and then sometimes I'll ask questions in the margins and really be thinking about that. And I think that if more Americans were to ask questions as they process material and to go through that they would be far better informed. And so, you know, I appreciate Monica kind of, you know, issuing that challenge of making sure that students are doing that. I need to, you know, continue to find ways to do that. I do it, you know, sometimes. I think back when we talked about, you know, Charlottesville and what was happening, we did some great stuff around question formation where they got to pick the direction. But, you know, how are you stimulating choice in your classroom for students to be able to ask questions that will alter the trajectory of the course, alter the trajectory of what you planned on teaching, but allow them to explore that curiosity and to go, you know, further in depth into that. And that leads into, you know, future skills as they build of how do you create a good research question in college and be able to process that. So something I want to work on, something that, you know, I've thought about a lot before, but just as the years have gone on, it's something that, you know, you want to constantly be reviewing and renewing your focus on. So yeah, stoke the fires of curiosity and allow students and facilitate students being able to ask questions of their own making, and see where that leads. All right, we'll see you next time.